As you guys know, Beyonce is a witch. She's a very powerful witch. She's heavy into African spirituality. She is a daughter of, I believe, either a daughter of Oshun or Yemaya. I go back and forth. I feel like it's Oshun though, but if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. But nonetheless, she's a high-ranking witch.
Honey, if there's one rumor that just won't die down about Beyonce, it's the whispers that she allegedly taps into some high-level, dangerous voodoo. The kind of talk that makes people's skin crawl and sparks debates every single time her name comes up. And now, Erykah Badu is allegedly co-signing some of those claims, which makes the story even wilder.
She went and killed the girl cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drunk. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and while she...
People online are quick to say, well, maybe Erykah shouldn't be the one to throw shade about witchcraft, because let's be real. She's been hit with plenty of labels herself, even being called a witch straight up. But you know how the saying goes? Sometimes it takes one to spot another. Now, I've never personally seen Beyonce do anything tied to witchcraft, but the accusations out there are too crazy not to mention. Let's start with one of the boldest voices on this, Kimberly Thompson, a drummer who actually worked with her. Kimberly didn't just hint at anything. She went full throttle, accusing Beyonce of extreme witchcraft, dark magic, and even casting spells on her. According to reports, Kimberly filed a whole restraining order against her, claiming Beyonce was using spells to tap into her phone, mess with her money, and basically keep her under constant watch. She even went as far as saying this was part of an organized campaign against her, like a spiritual takeover. But it doesn't stop there. Kimberly also pinned some shocking personal tragedies on Beyonce. She claimed her lost jobs, stolen homes, broken relationships, and even the heartbreaking death of her pet kitten were all tied back to Beyonce's alleged dark practices. The accusations read like something out of a horror film, but these were real claims made in court filings and interviews. The wildest part? So many people on social media still debate whether Kimberly was telling the truth or if it was just someone trying to take down a superstar with shocking allegations. Either way, these claims stirred up a storm, and the connection with Erykah's comments just adds another jaw-dropping layer. When Kimberly tried to get a temporary restraining order against Beyonce, the judge shut it down immediately. Most people believe it was tossed out because of all the talk about witchcraft, which the court didn't take seriously. But here's the question. Was Kimberly actually ranting, or did she know something that the rest of us can't even begin to imagine? And it's not just Kimberly stirring up questions. Remember that lawsuit filed by Chaz Mangrove against The Dream? That one had some of the darkest claims floating around the industry. Chaz said that after she began working with him, he allegedly pressured her into doing things no one should ever have to go through, telling her it was all part of the process. She even painted a chilling picture of being trapped in a house studio session where she claimed The Dream locked her in a pitch-black room and wouldn't stop until she told him she loved him. The accusations didn't stop there. Chaz described it as a controlling nightmare, one that sounded eerily similar to the kind of lawsuits we've seen aimed at other big industry names like Diddy. She alleged that The Dream placed her in an Atlanta hotel, had security monitoring her every move, and verbally tore her down unless she checked in with him constantly. But here's where Beyonce's name suddenly gets dragged into the mix. According to Chaz, The Dream allegedly credited Beyonce's massive success not just to raw talent, but to something much deeper. She claimed he bragged about a so-called spiritual sanctuary that he and Beyonce shared, one that supposedly gave him a stronger connection to her than even a spouse could have. Chaz alleged that The Dream said this sanctuary was filled with ritual-like energy, and it was that bond which allowed him to write some of her greatest hits. He even suggested that this secret connection gave him access to Beyonce's essence in a way no one else could ever understand. These statements shook people to the core because, if true, it means Beyonce's artistry and her collaborations weren't just about music. They were tied to something way more mysterious and unsettling. Chaz even claimed that The Dream demanded full control over her personal life, saying she had to confess every secret, every thought, and basically become his trust partner. He allegedly told her this was the exact kind of relationship he shared with Beyonce, bragging that they were so close, he actually knew about her pregnancy before Jay-Z himself. Now that's a bold statement. But the whispers don't stop there. Enter Larry Johnson, someone who was extremely close to Jay-Z back in the day. If there's anybody who might have caught a glimpse of what was really happening behind the curtain with Jay and Beyonce, it would be him. And let's just say, Larry has never been shy about talking. According to Larry, when he came back into the scene after being gone for about 5 or 6 years, he started putting pieces together about Jay-Z. Things he once overlooked suddenly started making sense to him. He said he figured out who Jay really is, why he talks the way he does, and who he's actually aligned with behind the scenes. At first, Larry said it seemed like it was all about the good life. Partying, champagne, bottles popping everywhere. But once he went back and listened to things with fresh ears, he claimed the message was way darker than it appeared. In his eyes, it wasn't just about fun, it was about something far more sinister. Larry has gone on record suggesting that both Jay-Z and Beyonce are allegedly tied up in Satanism, practicing dark rituals and using it as part of their power and influence in the industry. According to these claims, Beyonce didn't just rely on talent or hard work, she allegedly used dark magic to keep her spot at the top while others mysteriously fell behind. So between Kimberly Thompson, Chaz Mangrove, and now Larry Johnson, you've got a whole lineup of people pointing fingers, painting a picture of Beyonce as someone who might be doing way more behind the scenes than the public ever sees. And if we're being real, the whispers don't just stop with old lawsuits and insider claims. They stretch into the streets and the wild corners of the internet too. Beyonce has fueled endless talk with all the heavy symbolism she and her creative team drop into her performances and music videos. The imagery alone has sparked 1,000 Illuminati theories, and people swear it's proof of something much darker. Think back to when Blue Ivy was born. The conspiracy crowd went into overdrive. Some started claiming her very name was coded proof that Jay-Z and Beyonce were tied to satanic energy. People pointed out that if you rearrange Blue Ivy, it could supposedly translate into Lucifer's daughter in Latin. Others swore it stood for an acronym, Born Living Under Evil, while Ivy meant Illuminati's very youngest. The internet ran wild with those theories, and even though none of it was ever proven, it definitely added fuel to the fire. Now here's where things get even juicier. Erykah Badu allegedly stepped into the mix, hinting that some of these dark claims about Beyonce might not be so far-fetched. But the irony? Erykah herself has long been the subject of her own bizarre rumors, especially when it comes to witchcraft and rituals. Take Jaguar Wright's accusations, for example. She once claimed that Erykah kept the placentas of babies for ritualistic purposes. Sounds crazy, right? But then again, Erykah actually earned her doula certification back in 2011 and later revealed in 2015 that she was studying to become a midwife. Since then, she's been helping women give birth, guiding them through natural deliveries. When asked how she even got started as a doula, Erykah shrugged it off, saying, "It just kind of happened." So depending on who you ask, Erykah Badu is either just a spiritual healer passionate about childbirth or someone dabbling in practices that raise a whole lot of eyebrows. The fact that she's the one allegedly backing claims against Beyonce makes the story even messier because it's like, is she exposing something real or just projecting her own vibe onto the situation? Erykah once explained her work as a doula in the most casual way, saying she doesn't plan how many people she helps, doesn't charge a dime, and just enjoys being the welcoming committee when babies arrive. She even said she sort of became a doula by accident. But if you ask Jaguar Wright, she'll tell you that the whole certification was just a cover story to hide what Erykah is really doing behind the scenes.
I want to talk about what that witch did. I was over there at White Rock just last night with my man. I took him over there and I said, "Isn't this lovely?"
Very nice over there.
Never outside. Find me one picture in Dallas of Erykah in her lovely neighborhood.
Jaguar has thrown out some wild claims, including that Summer Walker's management team made the reckless decision to send Summer to Erykah for guidance. And according to Jaguar, things allegedly took a dark turn while she was there. She accused Erykah of casting spells on Summer, chanting strange words about graves, and even keeping the placentas from her babies. And it doesn't stop there. Jaguar also alleged that Summer's children weren't the only ones tied to this ritual behavior. She claimed Erykah has kept the placentas of all the babies she's delivered, including the placenta of Teyana Taylor's child. If true, that's the type of accusation that sounds straight out of a horror flick. Jaguar didn't hold back when describing why she believes Erykah is a witch either. She even pointed to something as simple as Erykah rarely being seen outdoors. According to Jaguar, you could search the internet for hours and never find a picture of her just hanging outside in her own neighborhood. Her reasoning? In Jaguar's words, witches prefer being inside, alone, and in the dark. And then came the darkest claim of them all. Jaguar suggested that Erykah may have even been connected to the tragic death of Daniel Jones, hinting at some kind of blood sacrifice. It's a shocking accusation with zero proof, but it's the kind of statement that immediately sends chills running through anyone who hears it. Jaguar insisted that even though she wasn't personally close to Daniel, he had a tight connection with her brother. So she stood firm that she knew what she was talking about.
I have a recent post that I just put up, and then somebody was talking about, oh, so now you saying that Daniel Jones, and we gonna see what the family say about that. And they were in my comments, like, trying to make it seem like I'm inflaming what happened to Daniel Jones' life in some way, like I'm trying to make it out to be more than what it is. And the only person that would make that kind of statement would be somebody that's affiliated with Erykah Badu. I mean, Daniel Jones did die on the road with her last year.
In her words, there was no way Daniel would have just overdosed out of nowhere. That claim alone left people unsettled, but when you add in all the other voices that have spoken on Erykah Badu, it gets even messier. Take rapper Glasses Malone, for example. He once shared a story about the first time he laid eyes on Erykah, saying he felt an overwhelming attraction and was ready to approach her. But before he could make a move, Birdman allegedly stepped in and told him to back off. According to Glasses, Birdman straight up warned him that Erykah was a witch, and that was not the kind of energy he wanted to mess with. And Erykah herself hasn't exactly worked to silence these rumors. Sometimes she seems to play into them. Back in 2016, she posted a lighthearted promotional video while getting hyped for the Soul Train Awards. But one Facebook follower didn't see it as innocent fun at all. They commented that while they loved her music and her eccentric style, the hat she wore looked exactly like a witch's hat. They went on to say that any celebrity rocking that look was clearly signaling a deeper purpose, calling it plain as day.
And I see Erykah Badu, man, and when I tell you Erykah Badu was thick, respect to Doc, DLC, and Andre, but man, Erykah Badu, the thickest mother in the world. This before the video came out with and all that. You know Erykah Badu was this thick. Seeing if she thick, I'm like, man, this thick. So I'm like, shit, I'm finna bust her. I'm finna get her. Feel me? Like, I'm me. Like, Doc had her, Andre had her, so I for sure could have her. Like, you know what I mean? It's crip. So I'm telling Birdman, I'm like, man, look how thick Erykah Badu. He's like, yeah, she thick, she cold. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna go get her. So I start to get up at my shoulder. He's like, hey man, don't do that. I'm like, why not? You don't think I could have her, nigga? Crazy guy, I could get her. I got up. He's like, nah. He grabbed me again. He's like, man, she like a witch or something, man.
Here's the kicker. Erykah didn't ignore the comment. She jumped right in and replied herself. And her response? I'm a witch. Just like that. No denial, no explanation, just a bold statement that left fans in shock. And if that wasn't enough to stir conversation, even men who have dated Erykah in the past have admitted that there's something different, almost magnetic about her energy. Some described it as enchanting, while others hinted it felt like something they couldn't quite explain. Now, even though none of Erykah's exes have ever come forward with detailed confessions, there's always been this wild conspiracy floating around that she supposedly gives them some kind of mysterious passion fruit that locks them in. People online swear that once a man connects with Erykah, he never quite goes back to who he was before. And then she went and added even more fuel to the fire with one of the most shocking business moves of her career. In 2020, Erykah dropped a fragrance that she claimed was designed to smell exactly like her private parts. As outrageous as it sounds, the product didn't just sell, it sold out in minutes on her online store. Fans and critics alike couldn't stop talking about it, and it instantly turned into one of the most infamous celebrity products ever released. When asked why she would even create something that bold, Erykah doubled down during an interview with BET. She said, "First of all, I'm Erykah Badu. Secondly, in this industry, it's a legend that my box changes people. It changes their influences, their religion, their politics, and everything else. So that's why I decided to do it." That statement left people speechless. Some laughed it off as Erykah being her usual eccentric self, while others took it as confirmation of the very rumors that have followed her for decades. Whether she was being serious, sarcastic, or just leaning into her reputation, one thing's for sure: Erykah knows how to keep the world talking about her. Erykah even doubled down in her interview with 10 magazine, giving details about how she created that infamous fragrance. She admitted she took several pairs of her own panties, cut them up into tiny pieces, and then burned them, saying the ashes themselves were part of the formula. That's not just eccentric, that's shocking. And it makes you wonder, maybe the reason Erykah talks so openly about witchcraft and its dangers is because she's not just an outsider commenting on it. Maybe she knows exactly what she's talking about, because she's living it herself. As for the bigger picture, I can't say for sure what's real and what's not. The rumors about Erykah have been swirling for years, and the allegations about Beyonce have sparked endless debates across the industry and the internet. Some people are convinced there's dark magic at play, while others think it's all just wild stories meant to drag powerful women down. But what do you believe? Do you think these witchcraft accusations hold any truth, or are they nothing more than attention-grabbing myths? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is far from over. And before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe so you never miss another deep dive into celebrity drama. I'll see you on the next one, and make sure to check out the next video that's popping up on your screen right now for even more jaw-dropping stories.